NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good afternoon. Welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios. And before we do anything, we would like to wish all moms everywhere the happiest of Mother's Day. And we want to say that you are loved and appreciated. Now today we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. Coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Bulldogs. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale's perspective on today's game in the Pete Bartingale Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League to get some perspective on how today's game fits in overall. Also, we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Now in a few minutes, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Beef River Bullfrogs from Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin. The Cavaliers stumbled in their season opener last weekend when they dropped a heartbreaker to the Jim Falls Sturgeons by a score of 9-8. In that game, the Cavaliers took the first lead in the fourth inning when Josh Garcia, who had singled to center field earlier in the inning, scored from third on Mitch Voeller's single. The Cavs maintained that 1-0 lead into the fifth inning behind the effective starting pitcher of Lucas Costley. The only run Costley gave up was in the bottom of the fifth when the Sturgeons scored an unearned run to tie the score at 1 each. Costley threw 5 innings, giving up 1 run, which was not earned, allowing 3 hits and striking out 7 and walking only 3. The Sturgeons took a 3-1 lead in the 6th inning when Bob Maurer and Justin Toman scored. The Cavaliers, however, weren't done. In the top of the 7th, they sent 12 batters to the plate, highlighted by 4 hits in a row by Austin Getch, Jaden Nix, Josh Garcia, and Chris Killian.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Line shot out into left center field. That's going to score 2. And the Cavaliers take the lead. Chris Killian comes through with a single to center.
In that inning, the Cavaliers put 7 runs across the plate, taking an 8-3 lead going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Now this is when the field became truly difficult to play on, as hitters were having a hard time with the mud in the batter's box, and the pitchers couldn't find a landing spot on the mound, affecting their control. The advantage goes to the hitters, and the Sturgeons took full advantage of the situation. Jackson Faulkner and Chris Killian on the mound for the Cavs struggled with their footing and therefore their control, giving up 5 walks, 1 hit batter, and 3 hits to allow 6 runs as the Sturgeons took a 9-8 lead. Following the 7th inning, the umpires determined that the field was unplayable, leaving the Sturgeons with a 9-8 win over the Cavaliers. The winning pitcher was Dylan Waters, and the loser was Chris Killian. Today, the Cavaliers are counting on better game conditions as they take the field against the Beef River Bullfrogs, who hosted the Eau Claire Rivermen on Wednesday. In that game, the Bullfrogs were defeated 11-1, while nearly suffering a no-hitter thrown by Riverman pitcher Tyler Gray. Gray threw 6 2/3 innings of no-hit ball in a game that was called after 7 innings due to the 10-run rule. Leading the way for the Bullfrogs on the mound was starter Ethan Bartles, who went 6 innings, giving up 4 runs, only 3 of which were earned, on 5 hits, while walking 5 and striking out 3. The lone hit for the Bullfrogs was a single to center field by Brendan McCabe with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Pete Bartingale's perspective as we chat with him on the Pete Bartingale Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Time now for the Pete Bartingale Show, where Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, the Pete Bartingale Show.
Today we're talking with Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale. And Pete, before we get into today's matchup, let's take a quick look back at last week's game when the Cavaliers dropped a 9-8 decision to the Jim Falls Sturgeons. The Cavs went to that game with just a skeleton squad and really had lousy weather to play in. Your comments about that effort?
Well, yeah, it was a difficult game. I didn't think we hit as well as I thought we could. Again, yeah, the weather was really poor. I think we were the only team to play, or only 2 teams to play in the CRBL that day. But, we got out to a 1-0 lead there, and then Falls made it 3-1, and then we got up to an 8-3 lead, and then by the 7th inning, the field really deteriorated, real poor. But I thought our pitchers did the best they could there in the 7th inning, but the mound was just so the rain just got to the mound at that point, and it was really difficult to pitch and pitch strikes, and Falls came back, and unfortunately we lost the game.
Yeah, in fact, it's really hard for a pitcher if they can't find a landing place for their foot to have any control at all on the ball. And then you looked out at the infield and you saw the area where the second baseman stood and where the shortstop stood. There was standing water there. And when Cole Timon hit the ball out to the right field fence in the 7th inning and couldn't get out of the batter's box without falling flat on his face, you knew there was something wrong with the field.
Yeah, there really was, and I knew in that 7th inning that when we got the 5 runs to make it an 8-3 game, I knew their ups were coming, and I knew we had to go out and defend, and I knew it was going to be a difficult half inning, and I think we got 1 out there, but then I think Jackson Faulkner had a couple walks, and then we brought in Chris Killian, and when Chris came in, it was just almost impossible to get, like you said, to get any type of footing on the mound. But we did the best we could. Both teams were in the same situation, and I think it's just time to move on to Beef River and learn from that experience.
All right, so now in just a couple moments, the Cavaliers are going to be heading into game number 2 against those winless Beef River Bullfrogs. And the Bullfrogs were defeated by the Eau Claire Rivermen 11-1 on Wednesday in a 7-inning one-hitter. What can you tell us about the Bullfrogs and what challenges do they present?
Well, I've played at the Strum facility quite a bit in high school because the Indies play Oliva Strum there at that facility, so it's a nice park. It's Mother's Day, so we're looking forward to a great day. But we will be picking up a couple players, and Ethan Kellberg will be coming back from Stout, and then Anthony Pogozinski will be back from a dental procedure that he couldn't play last week. So I think that will help us a little bit. Lucas Costley will probably is going to pitch again and start on the mound again for us today. I thought he pitched excellent last week, and we'll start from there, and then Ethan Kellberg will be in relief. So, but we simply just need to hit the ball a little better, put the ball in play, and challenge Beef River a little bit defensively.
Now, you do have some collegiate players coming back. You mentioned Ethan Kjellberg, and I think Anthony Pogodzinski's coming back from his oral surgery that kept him out of last week's game. Any other players that you're expecting or thought you might be expecting?
Well, I asked Vance if Jackson could come back. He's not going to be able to with finals. Hesselman is the same in the same predicament, has finals in Oshkosh. So I think one more week, the following week, we'll have almost a lot of our players back. I think the Blue Golds will be done, so we'll get Ryan Vinny back. We'll get Bash back. Hamlin players will be back. I think Xavier Bemister and Caden Erickson. So I think we'll have more of a full squad in about a week. But today we're just going to have to get by this game. And, again, the players, we can't use that as an excuse. We have to play well today and try to be 1-1 going into next week.
Any ideas on how the couple that are coming back today might change your lineup from last week?
We'll move Anthony Pogodzinski to batting 3. He's an excellent hitter, as most of the Cavs Nation know. So he's been hitting the ball really well in practice. But basically, I think the lineup will somewhat stay the same because it's going to be kind of the same players. But I was very impressed with Connor O'Reilly and how he hit last week. I thought he played really well. We need to get Voller going. He was I think our second leading hitter last year. So the lineup may be a little different from last week, but all in all, it'll be virtually the same.
Well, Pete, good luck on today's game. Hopefully on Mother's Day, Mother Nature will decide to cooperate and give us some somewhat better playing conditions than we had last week.
Yep. Thanks, Rick.
You bet.
You've been tuned to the Pete Bartingale Show with Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned. More of In the Dugout is coming right up on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Welcome back to In the Dugout as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. Now, taking a look around the Chippewa River Baseball League, the league in general had a difficult time getting things rolling last weekend as Mother Nature played havoc with the opening weekend schedule. The game between the Tilden Tigers and Osseo Merchants, along with the game between the Bloomer Woodticks and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, as well as the game between the Cadott Red Sox and the Eau Claire Bears, were all postponed. The only game played last Sunday was the Cavalier loss to Jim Falls. Now on Wednesday, these same Beef River Bullfrogs took on the Eau Claire Rivermen. And coming into this weekend, the CRBL standings look like this. The Eau Claire Rivermen and the Jim Falls Sturgeons are tied for first place. The Tilden Tigers, Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, Bloomer Woodticks, Cadott Red Sox, Osseo Merchants, and Eau Claire Bears are all a half a game back as a result of their games being rained out last Sunday. The Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs are both one game back with 0-1 records. Most of this weekend's action was played yesterday. Those scores during today's game. Games yesterday saw the Cadott Red Sox at the Jim Falls Sturgeons and the Bloomer Woodticks at the Eau Claire Rivermen. In other action today, the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks are at the Eau Claire Bears. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Eau Claire Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive, there's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
Exactly, yeah. Green, because they I mean, but I don't know, Brewer player, maybe Ryan Braun, you know, minus the steroid era.
Okay.
Growing up, I'd probably have to say Big Bang Theory, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, growing up, Scooby-Doo.
And,
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more in the dugout coming right up.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today, the Cavaliers look to get back on the winning track following their 9-8 loss to the Jim Falls Sturgeons when they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. Much like last week, they will have their work cut out for them as they're playing with a shorthanded roster, as many of the Cavs' collegiate players are not available yet and won't be until the middle of May, although some have started to trickle back in. So with a somewhat better weather conditions, at least hopefully, the Cavaliers hope to eliminate the fielding mistakes and have solid pitching throughout the game, along with the hitting that they demonstrated last week. And it should lead them to a win. Now, in just a moment, I'll be joining my colleague Dan Petchow at Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin, as we'll bring you all the action of today's Mother's Day game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Beef River Bullfrogs. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Being prepared is a part of who you are, but it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you'll go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Long fly ball by Pogo, and it's out of here! A 3-run shot by Anthony Pogodzinski.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin, where today we wish every mom out there a happy Mother's Day as the Cavaliers are getting ready to take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. Weather is vastly better than last week, although it's still threatening rain. It's a little bit cool, but you know what? Dan, I think we're going to have some ball games today. Or at least one.
Yeah, we're looking to the west, and clouds are kind of breaking up a little bit over there. So I think we're going to get this game in.
Game is scheduled to get started in just a couple of minutes. And right now here in Strum, we're at 55 overcast degrees. And the starting lineups for today's game for the visiting Cavaliers, leading off, playing center field, Mitch Voller. Batting second, and at second base is Josh Garcia. Batting third and the first baseman, Anthony Pogodzinski. Batting fourth and left field, Connor O'Reilly. Batting fifth, the third baseman, Chris Killian. Batting sixth, behind the plate, Cole Timon. Batting seventh at shortstop, Jackson Faulkner. Batting eighth and designated hitter, Ethan Kelberg. And batting ninth at right field, Jaden Nix. Then for the Beef River Bullfrogs, leading off for the Bullfrogs at third base, Kyle Mogg. Batting second and pitching is Wes Boyarski. Batting third, the shortstop, Tyler Rathke. Batting fourth, the left fielder, Ryan Gray. Batting fifth, the center fielder, Drew Christensen. Batting sixth and catching, Tim Prince. Batting seventh at first base, Ethan Mogg. Batting eighth, the second baseman, Ethan Bartles. And batting ninth out in right field, Brady Zimpel. So for the Bullfrogs again going around the infield, we have Prince behind the plate. Third base is Kyle Mogg. Shortstop, Rathke. Second base, Bartles. And first base, Ethan Mogg. In the outfield, it's Gray, Christensen, and Zimpel going from left to right, and Wes Boyarski on the mound. On the mound for the Cavaliers today, Lucas Costley, who threw last week at Jim Falls through the first 5 innings and actually was pretty effective. Lucas has an earned run average of 0.00, no wins, no losses, and he threw 5 innings, struck out 7, and walked only 3. I think he gave up 3 hits as well. I'm not having that information right in front of me, but I believe he did give up 3 hits. But a good 5 innings that he threw. We see a few moms at the ballpark today. It is a little bit chilly. Evidently, the Bullfrogs are going to have a pretty limited roster today. Again, due to Mother's Day, a lot of the players are doing equally, if not more important thing, of visiting with mom. And that's pretty critical. Cavaliers have a larger roster. And hold on just a second here. And I think our camera person Jeremy is working on getting some things adjusted on his camera. And so we are taking a quick look around the field. And we're getting ready to get things started. Cavaliers huddling over by their dugout. And let's see. Now we have the audio back. And let's fix this. Dan, I don't know what you did, but those sirens are sure coming our way.
Good thing I'm hiding in here.
Yeah, we'll vouch for you. It might cost you. I don't know. You kind of prepaid. You brought the M&Ms. Yeah, we can always rely on Dan to make sure that he's bringing us snacks for the ball game. And
I was about 50 pounds lighter before we start broadcasting.
And, of course, we have the managers meeting at home plate. And so we're just about ready to get things started here. I'll tell you what, Dan, while we're at it, why don't we take a bit of a timeout before they get ready to get things started. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good? Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow doing double duty today. He's not only going to bring you his insightful color commentary, but he's also going to be running the switcher today. And Jeremy DeGrosse is our cameraman today, and we appreciate that. And Ann's taking the day off. And Cassie's a little under the weather, so we wish them both well. Wish them both a terrific Mother's Day because they are both moms. And they're both terrific moms. And so happy Mother's Day to both of them. And happy Mother's Day to my mother. I had a chance to visit with her yesterday. And so, because I knew I'd be down here in Strum.
And she didn't ground you or anything?
She didn't. She didn't ground me.
I'm glad she let you come out today.
She let me come out to play. It looks like we're going to get ready to do the national anthem. Cavaliers are lining up along the first baseline.
Today we would like you to stand and honor America as we play the national anthem.
And the playing of our national anthem here at Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin, as we're getting ready for the Cavaliers to take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. Of course, Beef River is the nickname for the Buffalo River that runs down through Mondovi, right past Dan's old house. What's your old stomping grounds down on the Beef River?
Man, we had lots of good times on that river. Kayaking and camping and
horseback riding. I've got a granddaughter that's still horseback riding because of the experience you and your wife gave her down there along the Beef River.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's an expensive hobby. But she's enjoying it, and she's turning it into a career, so way to go. On the mound, getting his warm-up tosses in, is Wes Boyarski. Last Wednesday, I came down here to Spangberg Field to watch the Bullfrogs take on the Eau Claire Rivermen in the game that was postponed from last Sunday. I guess not everybody played last Sunday. Dan and I were there. In fact, so was Jeremy. We had our full crew there. Jeremy, Ann, Cassie, everybody was there at Jim Falls. getting rained upon. But the Bullfrogs were supposed to play the Rivermen on Sunday. It got postponed to Wednesday. Much nicer evening. And the Rivermen defeated the Bullfrogs in a game that was shortened to 7 innings due to the 10-run rule by a score of 11-1. It was almost a no-hitter. Bottom of the 7th inning, 2 outs before the Bullfrogs laced a single into center field, which scored a run and from a runner who was on second. That's coming really close to seeing a no-hitter. I have not seen one in a long time. I think the last no-hitter that I actually witnessed in person was when my son, the dad of that granddaughter who's horseback riding now, was playing in the state tournament for Colfax High School, and they had a no-hitter thrown at him. And that pitcher was amazing, just watching him throw. Stepping into the batter's box to get things going for the Cavaliers, Mitch Voller, the center fielder. Voller is batting .250 on the season. Of course, that's only one game into the season. Boyarski winds, and the first pitch is a called strike at the knees. Boyarski winds and fires the 0-1 pitch, and it's strike 2. His umpire evidently likes that low strike zone. Just remember, the strike zone isn't dictated so much in the rules. I mean, it is, but ground ball out to short, scooped up there by Rathke, throw over to first, and they got him at first. Rathke to Mogg, and so Voller grounds out 6-3. That brings up Josh Garcia. Garcia was the Cavs' leading hitter last weekend, so he's batting .667. Playing second base today. Here's the wind and the pitch. Check swing, and he went. Ball went back to the fence. Prince adjusting his shin guards. Boyarski with the wind and the pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. To Josh Garcia. 1 down, nobody on. Here's the pitch outside. Ball 2. Garcia steps back in. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Laced foul down the left field line. And a call strike. Count holds at 2-2. If you end up getting a little buffering during today's broadcast, bear in mind that we're right on the edge of being able to send you a signal. Here's the pitch. In the dirt and rolls back. Prince had a hard time handling that. Here's the wind and the payoff pitch. Called strike 3. And Garcia goes down looking. 2 down. That brings up Anthony Pogodzinski. He missed the game up in Jim Falls. as he was recovering from some oral surgery that he had done. And Pogo steps in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Just outside, ball one. The wind and the pitch. High pop-up out into shallow right field. Second baseman over making the catch is Bartles. And he gets Pogo down. And the Cavs go down 3 up, 3 down. So we played a half inning. Cavaliers nothing. And the Bullfrogs coming to bat. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field. Heading into the bottom of the first inning, due up Kyle Mogg, Wes Boyarski, and Taylor Rathke. On the mound, Lucas Costley, making his second start of the season. He actually looked, in a frustrating game for the Cavaliers, Costley was one of the shining stars. He looked pretty good. And stepping up to get things started for the Bullfrogs, third baseman Kyle Mogg. So as Mogg digs in, Costley looks in for the sign. And the pitch is just inside. Ball one. Costley works almost exclusively from the stretch. The 1-0 pitch swung on a miss. Counts even at 1-1. There's the pitch. So, we're back here at Spangberg Field. High pop-up. And it falls out of play. Pogo giving chase, but he ran out of room. That tells me that Ann is listening. 1 ball, 1 strike to West Boyarski. Foul ball called down that third baseline. By the way, Mogg did end up flying out to Connor O'Reilly out in left field. So Wes Boyarski, the pitcher for the Bullfrogs. Two balls, two strikes. And a swing and a miss for strike three. So Boyarski goes down swinging. Two down, brings up Taylor Rathke. Rathke went 0 for 3 with a strikeout last Wednesday. I hear a few raindrops hitting the top of the trailer. It's nothing like it was last week, though. Ground ball, knocked down by Pogo, and they got the out. Pogo knocked it. It was picked up by Garcia, who throws over to Costley, covering. That goes in the book as a 3-4-1 put out. And it's a third out of the inning. So, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We've played one, and it's the Cavaliers nothing, the Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field. Dan and I were talking about it. I was really impressed when the ball was knocked down by Pogo on that last play. It took off towards second base, but Garcia was actually coming back to back up Pogo, and he had to change direction to go and get that ball. Still was able to get the ball picked up and fired over to first to Costley covering, and still able to get the put out. I thought for sure after Pogo knocked it down, it rolled the other way, that Rathke was going to be safe, but no, they got the put out. So leading off the second inning for the Cavaliers, Connor O'Reilly, who made that catch deep in left field. O'Reilly is batting .333. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's a little low. Rain is starting to sound like it's getting a little more steady. There's a pitch in the dirt. 2 balls, no strikes. And the pitch. It's inside, 3-0. And the pitch is a called strike over the inside corner. Brings the count to 3-1. Here's the wind and the 3-1 pitch. Lace foul down the right field line. Out of play. Now we're getting fooled. The sun is out, and there's still raindrops hitting the top of the trailer. Boyarski into the wide end. Time called. O'Reilly wanted a little bit of time. It was taking a little too long for Boyarski to get the pitch in there. O'Reilly steps back in. Boyarski into the windup and the payoff pitch. In the dirt ball for Connor O'Reilly. Heads down to first base. And that's the first base runner for either team. And that brings up Chris Killian. Killian had a big 2 RBI single last week that put the Cavs on top in the top of the 7th. Throw over to first. O'Reilly back. Here's the pitch. It's a little low and away. Boyarski looking in for the sign. He's at the belt. And the pitch is high. Ball 2. Wes Boyarski on the mound. Takes a peek over at first to Connor O'Reilly. And the 2-0 pitch to Killian. Popped up. Down in foul territory and out of play. Down the first base line. Uh-oh, Dan and I just spotted. The hot dogs are done. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Evens the count at 2-2. O'Reilly with the lead. Boyarski at the belt. The 2-2 pitch. Fly ball out into shallow right field. Coming in, making the catch is Zimpel. And O'Reilly has to scoot back over to first. That's going to bring up the catcher, Cole Timon. Timon batting .250. He had a nice base hit up in Jim Falls. Got it all the way out to the right field fence. Problem is the field was in such lousy condition, he had a hard time getting out of the batter's box and had to settle for a single. Fly ball, right field, and the catch is made by Zimpel. And that's going to bring up Jackson Faulkner, the shortstop. Faulkner did score a run in his 2 at-bats. He walked twice. First pitch is fouled back into the screen. Boyarski glances over at first. It's at the belt and the pitch. O'Reilly goes off towards second and slides in safely. Connor O'Reilly with the stolen base, putting him in scoring position. Pitch was low, so it's ball 1. Should be 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Boyarski at the belt. Looks over at second. And the 1-2 pitch foul back into the screen. Count holds at 1-2. And the pitch inside. Counts even at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, second inning. Runner on second. Deuces are wild. Here's the pitch. In the dirt, it rolls back to the screen, and O'Reilly scoots on over to third base. And the count goes full at 3-2. That'll go in the book as a wild pitch. Faulkner steps back in. Boyarski at the belt, looks over at third. The payoff pitch, swing and fouled off. So the count remains full. Prince adjusting his pads a little bit. Now he's ready. Boyarski at the belt. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Faulkner goes down swinging, and the Cavaliers go down in the second inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left on base. We've played an inning and a half and still no score from Spangberg Field in Strum. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
We're back here at Spangberg Field. Rick Olson, Dan Petchow, Jeremy DeGrosse, bringing you Cavalier Baseball as they take on the Beef River Bullfrogs on Mother's Day. Due up for the Bullfrogs in the bottom of the second inning, we have Ryan Gray, Drew Christensen, and Tim Prince. Middle third of the lineup. And the ball goes down to second, tossed around the infield a little bit. So, stepping in for the Beef River Bullfrogs, Ryan Gray. He went 0 for 3 last Wednesday. And the first pitch is a called strike. And the pitch is popped up. Moving back is Pogo, right at the foul line, makes the catch. That's going to bring up Drew Christensen. Also went 0 for 3 with a strikeout on Wednesday. Center fielder. I tell you what, the weather's very confused today, Dan. The sun is shining, and we're getting shadows on the field, and we're getting raindrops keep falling on our head. I guess that's just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed. No balls and one strike. Drew Christensen at the plate. Costley at the belt, and here comes the pitch. Just missed low. 1-1. Costley into his motion, and the pitch is called strike over the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lucas Costley fires. It's a little low. Count goes even at 2-2. Last week in 5 innings of work, Costley struck out 7. He's at the belt and the pitch. Just missed. Count goes full. Full count, 1 down, bottom of the 2nd inning. No score. The payoff pitch, fouled off. So, count remains at 3-2. Costley gets the sign from Cole Timon, and the payoff pitch, swing and a miss for strike 3. That's strikeout number 2 for Costley. That's going to bring up the catcher, Tim Prince. Lucas Costley looking in, and the pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Heading over, can't make the catch as he dove for it. Out there in center field is Mitch Voller. That's going to be a base hit for Prince. That's the first hit of the game for anybody. That brings up Ethan Mogg, the first baseman. He went 0 for 2 last week with 2 strikeouts. He also walked once. Here's the pitch. Strike called. And Prince found the gap out in right center field. Pitch is high. And Voller, who was shading slightly to the left, couldn't quite make the play. At the belt and the pitch. Snap throw back to first, and Prince gets back. 2 balls and a strike. 2 down to Ethan Mogg. Here's the pitch. It's high for ball 3. Costley's pitch is fouled off into the fence along the right field line. That fills the count up at 3-2. Costley at the belt. And the pitch. And that just missed. Sending Mogg down to first. And Tim Prince over to second, brings up Ethan Bartles. Now, Bartles was the pitcher on Wednesday, did not have any trips to the plate, finished last season batting .263. Here's the pitch, just a hair low. Costley takes a quick look over at second. And a ground ball. It's right over to Josh Garcia at second. Throw over to first is in time for the putout. So we've completed 2. And in the bottom of the second, it was no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. And after 2, it's Cavaliers nothing, Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right, as a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field. Heading into the top of the third inning, due up for the Cavaliers is Ethan Kjellberg, Jaden Nix, and then back to the top of the order with Mitch Voller. Kjellberg coming over from UW Stout, who finished their season. Cavaliers have a number of players that'll be coming in shortly. Whether they're here by next week or not, I believe UW Eau Claire still has a game coming up there, but we have Bemminster and Erickson coming in next week. But for the Cavaliers, then also the following week, we'll have Ryan Venny, Bryson Gash, and Chase Yeager coming in from UW Eau Claire. Erickson and Bemminster will be coming in from Hamlin University. Wes Boyarski taking his warm-up tosses. Kjellberg at UW Stout was used primarily as a pitcher. Stepping up to the plate. And we have time being called by the umpire. Something going on down the third baseline. No, a bat kind of wandered its way out. Now Kjellberg steps in. Boyarski into the wind. And the pitch. Fouled back. I don't know about you, Dan, but these people walking by with food are making me hungry. Prince again readjusting the pads. It's those pads on his shin guards. And a ground ball takes a high hop at short. Throw over to first in time. And Kelberg grounds out. Rathke to Mogg for 1 out. That'll bring up Jaden Nix. Nix was up, had 3 at-bats last week. He did score a run, had a strikeout. And the first pitch, grounded sharply to short. Picked up, throw over to first. Rathke to Mogg for the putout. And that's going to bring up Mitch Voller back to the top of the order. And Voller grounded out short to first, his first time up. So Rathke's been kind of busy. Here's the wind and the pitch. First pitch was a called strike. And the pitch is down low. Counts even at 1-1. 2 down, we're in the top of the third, no score. Here's the wind and the pitch to Voller. Swing and a miss. He chased a high one that time. Here's the wind and the pitch. In the dirt. Counts even at 2-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Chopper foul. Count remains 2-2. Boyarski looking in. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Count is full. 2 down. There's the pitch. Line shot out into left field, base hit. And so Mitch Voller singles and checks in at first. It's going to bring up Josh Garcia. That's the first hit for the Cavaliers today. Garcia went down looking his first time up. And a line shot out into left center field, falls in for a base hit. And the runners play a little station to station as Voller checks in at second. Garcia at first, and that brings up Anthony Pogozinski. 2 down. Boyarski takes a look over at second. And the pitch. Chop foul in the dirt. Pogo was looking to give the Cavs a 3-run lead on that one swing. the belt and the pitch. In the dirt. And the runners are going to advance because that got away from Prince. So now we have runners at second and third. Pogo at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 down. Cavaliers mounting a 2-out threat. Here's the wind and the pitch. Outside, ball 2. On deck for the Cavaliers is Connor O'Reilly. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ground ball down the first baseline. Foul. Just missed going over the bag. Evens the count at 2-2. Here's the wind. And the pitch from Boyarski. Check swing and called. Strike 3. So the Cavaliers go down with no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We've played 2.5, and it's the Cavaliers nothing and the Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Muldoon's Menswear. We're the well-dressed men of the Chippewa Valley shop. Whether you're looking for the big day you have coming up, or simply want to look great for a casual night out, Muldoon's is your stop. Let John or one of the other fine staff help you find just what you're looking for, and they'll make sure it looks great on you. What tops off the well-dressed man? One of Muldoon's well-made hats. Whether it's shirts, pants, suits, formal attire, or accessories, and did we say hats? Muldoon's has it for you. That's Muldoon's Menswear, 1506 South Hastings Way in Eau Claire.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field. Heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Lucas Costley still on the mound for the Cavs. And due up for the Beef River Bullfrogs is Brady Zimpel. Then back to the top of the order with Kyle Mogg and Wes Boyarski. So far, Costley is given up 1 hit, struck out 2, walked 1. And stepping up to the plate, Brady Zimpel, the right fielder. Costley at the belt, and the pitch is just inside for ball 1. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one caught the corner. 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike at the belt. One ball, 2 strikes. That pitch was just a little inside. Evens the count at 2-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. Zimpel goes down swinging. 3rd strikeout of the game for Costley. Takes us back to the top of the order. Kyle Mogg, who flew out to left field his first time up. Costley at the belt. And the pitch is a little high for a ball. Tries to get that curveball to break down in. And that one got him. Glanced off the helmet. He seems no worse for wear, but Mogg gets on a hit by pitch. That's going to bring up Wes Boyarski. Boyarski struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch. Bunted down towards the pitcher. Costley throws it over to first. Pogo makes the catch. Sacrifice bunt is successful. So a sacrifice bunt from pitcher to first. Moves Mogg over to second. And Taylor Rathke at the plate. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Costley looks in for the sign. Mogg takes his lead. And the pitch. Swung on a miss. Strike two. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. Line shot down the first base line. Snagged by Pogo, and he makes the put out for the 3rd out of the inning. Pogo makes it 3 unassisted. So, no runs, no hits. No errors, 1 left on base. We've completed 3 innings of play, and you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Well, I don't care what anybody says. Dan's a good person. He just made the mad dash over to the concession stand and brought us back hot dogs. Of course, he is the hot dog connoisseur. These go right up there on the top of the list. As he was saying, these go right up near the top of the list. They are. They're really good. Yeah, and they even have pulled pork over there today. What a deal.
That's dessert.
What's that?
That's dessert.
Oh, okay. That's dessert. Heading into the top of the 4th inning, due up for the Cavaliers, Connor O'Reilly, Chris Killian, and Cole Timon. O'Reilly walked his last time up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside, ball 1. That pitch is in the dirt. And the wind and the pitch. A little bit low, ball 3. You know, Dan, there's nothing quite like Mother's Day dinner at the ballpark. Here's a 3-0 pitch. And it's ball 4. Connor O'Reilly draws his second walk of the game. That's going to bring up Chris Killian. Killian flew out to right his last time up. Quick throw over to first. O'Reilly back in safely. And he just got back in that time. Takes another good lead over at first. And a called strike at the letters. And then throw over to first. O'Reilly back in again. Here's the pitch. Grounded foul down the third baseline. O'Reilly was off on the pitch. No balls, 2 strikes to Chris Killian. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Off and running this time. And he made it in safely. Couldn't see the sign by the umpire there for a second, but Connor O'Reilly safely steals second base. So it should be 1 ball and 2 strikes now on the scoreboard's backwards. Now they're getting it right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a fly ball out into center field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. This may score a run. And they're going to hold him at third. But Killian laces a single out into center field. That's going to bring up Cole Timon. Runners on the corners. Timon flew out to right. O'Reilly on third, Killian on first. And the pitch to Timon, foul back. Out of play. Timon steps back into the box. Boyarski takes a look over at third and a look at first. And the pitch. Runner at first takes off. Killian goes. And he's safe. And in to score is O'Reilly. So Killian at second. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. Cavaliers with a 1-0 lead. And the ball's in the dirt, bounces high and goes out of play. So that does send Killian over to third. Oh, they're going to give him home. And that's because he had already committed to third, so he gets the bases going to +1 with the ball going out of play. So he scores on the wild pitch. Two balls and a strike. And the pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 2. Base is empty. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled out of play off the right side. Boyarski looks in for the sign. Prince gives it to him. And the pitch is high for ball 4. So Timon takes the free pass. One out. Here's the pitch, and it's a little low for a ball. Faulkner squared to bunt, but pulled back. Jackson Faulkner struck out his first time up. Boy, it's a breezy day. You can tell it's an interesting breeze when the dust is blowing one way and the flag's going the other. Throw over to first, and Timon's back. Flag straining at the flagpole out in center field. Bunt to third, throw over to second, and they got the force at second. So it's not a sacrifice bunt. Faulkner gets on a fielder's choice. Timon's out at second. And it's going to bring up Ethan Kjellberg. Uh-oh, that was disaster. Wind came through the trailer here and knocked Dan's M&Ms down on the floor. So Kjellberg up to the plate. Grounded to short his first time up. And the first pitch is a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. It's low for a ball. 2-0. Boyarski at the belt. And the pitch. Fly ball out into right center field. And it's going to fall in for a base hit. Timon rounding second, headed for third. And he's going to be in there. So a base hit for Kjellberg. It's going to bring up Jaden Nix. With runners on the corners, nobody out, and we have a little conversation going to happen out on the mound. And they're having a discussion that has broken up. They have runners on the corners. Faulkner on third. Kjellberg on first. Jaden Nix at the plate. 1 out. Here's the pitch. It's low for ball 1. Nix grounded to short his first time up. Boyarski throws over to first. Kjellberg back in safely. There's the pitch. Long fly ball out into center field. It's caught out there by Christensen. Tagging and coming in to score is Jackson Faulkner. So it goes in the book as a sacrifice fly for Jaden Nix for the second out of the inning. Takes us back to the top of the order, and Mitch Voller. Voller's 1 for 2. Singled his left, or singled to left his last time up. I think I'm getting confused because, Dan, is that really blue sky there? Ground ball down the third baseline. Foul ball. Boyarski looks over at first. And the pitch. Long shot out into left field. Base hit for a line drive. And that's going to move Kjellberg over to second. Garcia is 1 for 2. Single to center field his last time up. Cavs with runners at first and second. Ethan Kjellberg at second. Mitch Voller at first. And Garcia grounds it down to first. Picked up there, stepping on the bag for an unassisted putout is Ethan Mogg. But that'll take care of the top half of the fourth inning for the Cavaliers, and they put 3 runs across the plate on 1, 2, 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We've completed 3.5. Cavaliers 3, Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Sunday, May 15th, when the Cavaliers host the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks at Cinder City Park in Altoona. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Sunday, May 15th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Back here at Spangberg Field, Cavs have opened up a 3-0 lead in the fourth inning, and stepping up for the Beef River Bullfrogs is Ryan Gray. He fouled out to Pogo at first base his last time up. Pitch is a little bit low for a ball. Lucas Costley on the mound. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. And it's caught out there by Connor O'Reilly. That's going to bring up Drew Christensen. He's the center fielder. Struck out his last time up. And the first pitch, curveball over the inside corner. Costley at the belt. And the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike two. Costley steps off the mound. Wind got blowing a little bit. I think it blew a little dust into his face. Wanted to get himself recomposed. No balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch just missed outside to Drew Christensen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Just missed again. Cavalier dugout didn't really agree with that call. I heard a looks good to me call coming out of there. The 2-2 pitch, grounded down the third baseline, scooped and no play. Killian tried to pick it up, and I don't think he'd have had a play anyway. It's going to go as a base hit, because that was a very slow roller down the third baseline. It's going to bring up Tim Prince, who singled to center his last time up. Up until that last hitter, he had the lone Bullfrog hit. First pitch is a called strike at the knees. And the pitch, ground ball over to short. Play at second for 1. They're not going to get the play at first, so it's a fielder's choice for Prince. 6-4 on the putout, getting Christensen. And it brings Ethan Mogg, first baseman, with 2 down. Mogg walked his first time up. And the pitch is a called strike. Lucas Costley into the motion. Pitch is just inside. Counts even at 1-1. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike right at the letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Tim Prince at first. And the pitch. Called strike 3. And the Bullfrogs go down in the 4th inning. For the Bullfrogs, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field. New pitcher on the mound for the Beef River Bullfrogs is Ethan Bartles. And that name ought to sound familiar to some of you who have followed along with us on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. He did some broadcasting with us with some football as well as a couple of basketball games. So it's one of our broadcast family on the mound for the Bullfrogs. He's going to be facing Pogo, Connor O'Reilly, and Chris Killian in the top of the fifth inning. And the numbers are in for Wes Boyarski. He went 4 innings, gave up 3 runs, all of which were earned, 5 hits, struck out 3 and walked 3. Stepping in for the Cavs, Anthony Pogodzinski. So Pogo steps in. He's 0 for 2 today. He popped to second and then struck out his last time up. Swung and fouled back into the screen for ball 1. No balls and 1 strike to Pogo. Here's the pitch. It's a little high. I believe Boyarski and Bartles just switched positions. Bartles with the pitch. Fly ball out into right field. It's a long run, and it's going to land foul. Just foul all the way out to the fence. As the Bullfrogs might say right now, that's nothing more than a loud strike. Pogo showing some of that power that he has. He came around pretty quick on that. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swung on a miss for strike 3. That's going to bring up Connor O'Reilly, who doesn't officially have an at-bat in this game because he's walked twice. And he scored the first Cavalier run. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's high for a ball. You know, Dan, a guy like Connor O'Reilly, tall drink of water, has got to have a fairly easy strike zone to hit. It's surprising he's walked twice already.
That's something the pitchers haven't seen.
2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That one's at the belt for a strike. Bartles doesn't waste any time on the mound. He threw 4 innings on Wednesday. Here's the wind and the pitch. Check swing low for a ball. They did appeal down to the first base umpire, said no, he did not swing. 3 balls, 1 strike to Connor O'Reilly. Here's the wind and the 3-1 pitch. Chop foul. Loads the count up. And here's the wind and the pitch. And a chopper out to short. Scooped on underneath the glove. That's going to be an error on the shortstop for Connor O'Reilly getting on first. Rathke with the error. And that brings up Chris Killian. Killian singled his last time up, also scored a run. He also flew out to right field. Bartles at the belt, and pitch is grounded over to third, and they're saying foul ball. Grounded right, or chopped right down into the dirt. I believe it glanced off of Killian while he was still in the box, which is why it's a foul ball. No balls and a strike. O'Reilly takes his lead. And a throw over to first. O'Reilly back in safely. You know, one of the things I like seeing, Dan, is that O'Reilly is not afraid to get enough of a lead that if he knows if he's going back to first, he's got to be diving back in. But that also keeps the pitcher on his toes. Pitch is in the dirt, bounces back to the backstop, and O'Reilly heads down to second base on the wild pitch. One and one to Chris Killian with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul. Count goes to 1-2. Very stiff wind blowing across the outfield from left to right. But the clouds are breaking up. A little bit of a cool afternoon. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Killian goes down swinging. That's going to bring up Cole Timon. Timon walked and flew to right his 2 times up. And the first pitch timing is a little bit low. Prince thought about sending it back down to second base as O'Reilly had a pretty big lead. Connor O'Reilly pretty active out there. He's out at second base, takes a big lead. And the pitch. It's low for ball 2. 2 down. Connor O'Reilly takes a lead. And the pitch. Called strike. Two balls and a strike. Here's the pitch. Chopper down the third baseline. Throw over to first. And he's safe at first. They call him safe at first. He legged it out for an infield hit. And that moves Connor O'Reilly over to third. So there's runners on the corners with 2 down. Bringing up Jackson Faulkner. Faulkner grounded into a fielder's choice his last time up. He's also struck out. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's in the dirt. It gets away, coming in to the plate, and safe at home is Connor O'Reilly. O'Reilly scores on a wild pitch. And Cole Timon moves over to second, putting the Cavs on top. 4. Dan was getting a little excited, a little eager there on the scoreboard. It's 4-0 Cavaliers on top. Here's the pitch to Faulkner. It's high for a ball. Two balls, no strikes to Faulkner. Bartles in the stretch. A called strike. Makes the count 2-1. Bartles 2-1 pitch. Line shot out into left field. Timon coming around third to score. Faulkner headed to second, and he slides in safely. Jackson Faulkner with a double. And it scores Cole Timon. I guess you were just having a premonition when you had that 5 up there earlier, because it's now 5-1 Cavaliers on top. Brings up Ethan Kjellberg. Kjellberg singled to right his last time up. Here's the pitch. Line shot out into left center field. Falls in for a base hit. Coming in to score is Faulkner as Kjellberg singles. And that's going to bring up Jaden Nix. Nix is 0 for 1. He grounded to short. Also hit into a sacrifice fly his last time up. Swing and a miss for a strike. 2 down. Cavs with 3 runs this half inning. There's the pitch. Called strike, curveball. Ethan Bartles looks in. And the pitch. Chopped foul at the plate. And a called third strike. So that'll end the inning. But the Cavaliers pick up 3 runs on 3 hits. There was 1 Beef River error and 1 left on base. So we've completed 4 1/2, and it's the Cavaliers 6, Bullfrogs nothing, and you're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field. Heading into the bottom of the 5th inning. Cavs on top 6-0. Lucas Costley still on the mound. Checking out some CRBL scores from yesterday. There was a non-league game. Tony Hayshakers defeated the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks 11-7. Then the Jim Falls Sturgeons knocked off the Cadott Red Sox. First pitch is a swing and a miss for a strike. Sturgeons 9, Red Sox 2, and then the Bloomer Woodticks defeated the Eau Claire Rivermen 7-6. Here's the pitch, ground ball out through the hole out into center field, and Ethan Bartles gets his base hit. In that Woodticks Rivermen game, the Woodticks held a 7-1 lead, but they were able to hang on by their fingernails for the win to 6. And then going on right now, over in Altoona, the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, and the pitch is a called strike at the belt. This is Brady Zimpel. Lumberjacks are leading the Eau Claire Bears 3-1 after 4 1/2 innings. Here's the pitch. It's a little low. Count goes even at 1-1. Zimpel struck out his first time up. And it's chopped foul. Dan, that one's rolling right for you. That's almost as good as up in our press box. Came right through the fence. Through the gate in the fence. It kind of bounced and was heading right for the trailer here.
I should have dove for it.
Yeah, there you go. Now it feels like baseball. Hot dogs and foul balls that Dan doesn't get. And the pitch is high. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brady Zimpel. Ethan Bartles on the mound, or on first, I should say. Throw over to first. Real close play over there, but he got back in. And the pitch is a called strike over the inside corner, and so Zimpel goes down looking. Back to the top of the order, Kyle Mogg is back up. He flew out to left his first time up and then got hit by the pitch. And here's the pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Costley at the belt. And the pitch. Strike called. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. And Costley steps off. Dust is getting in his eyes. Here's the pitch. Fouled off somebody's chest protector. Couldn't tell who it hit, but it was very clearly a thump off a chest protector. Mogg steps back into the box. Costley glances over at first. And the pitch, a little bit high. 1-2 is the count to Kyle Mogg. And the 1-2 pitch. Just missed inside. I think Lucas Costley thought he had that one. He's at the belt. 2-2 pitch. Fly ball out toward left field. Foul. Count remains at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And a high pop up back behind the plate, and it's out of play. That was aiming at the trailer here, Dan. That was between us and the press box, and that's not a whole lot of distance. I warned you about that. 2-2 is the count. Bartles at first. And the pitch. Ground ball out to short. Throw to second for 1. Over to first, not in time. So Kyle Mogg gets on a fielder's choice. Bartles thrown out at second on that fielder's choice. So there are 2 out, and that brings up second baseman Wes Boyarski. Costley glances over at first. And the pitch, a little bit low, ball 1. And costly pitches and fouled right at the plate. One ball, one strike. Two down. Kyle Mogg at first. Here's the pitch. Called strike. One ball, two strikes to Wes Boyarski. Costly's pitch throws it right by him for strike three. So, for the Beef River Bullfrogs, no runs, one hit, no errors, one left. We've completed 5 with the Cavaliers on top, 6-0. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
For over one-third of its history, Eau Claire has been able to count on the Eau Claire Cavaliers for high-quality baseball excitement. Come be a part of Eau Claire's legacy with your hometown Eau Claire Cavaliers. Home games are at historic Carson Park. To plan your day of affordable family fun, check out the Cavaliers on Facebook. Or go to the Cavalier website at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Hey Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry, I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And we're back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin. Heading into the top of the 6th inning, due up for the Cavaliers, Mitch Voller, Josh Garcia, and Anthony Pogozinski. Pogo's last time up, he hit one down that right field line that hit right at the base of the fence, and it wasn't more than a So, stepping up to the plate for the Cavaliers, Mitch Voller. And Mitch is 2 for 3 today with 2 singles, both to left field. Pitch is inside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the pitch is called strike. That caught the inside corner at the letters. Mitch Voller, another one of those guys with a fairly large strike zone. Another one of those tall drinks of water. Pitch is high. Counts even at 2-2. There's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Voller goes down on strikes. That's going to bring up Josh Garcia. Garcia is 1 for 3. He singled to center, grounded to first, and also went down looking. Not in that order. And the first pitch is high and outside for ball. Cavaliers on top, 6-0. We're in the 6th inning. Bartles in his pitch, and Garcia bunts it foul down the third base side. Looking for a bunt single there. There's the wind and the pitch. Two balls. And one strike. And the 2-1 pitch. Called strike. Caught the outside corner. Count goes to 2-2 to Josh Garcia. Ethan Bartles into the motion. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. And Garcia goes down swinging. That's going to bring up Anthony Pogozinski. Pogo looking to straighten a couple of them out. He's 0 for 3, popped out to the second baseman and then struck out twice. And another high fly ball out into right field, drifting back, and it burns Zimpel. Lands at the base of the fence, and Pogo checks in with a double. Zimpel, I think, was surprised at how that was going to carry toward the line, and I think maybe the wind might have affected that to some degree, because he had his run toward the ball was like he had it all the way, and all of a sudden the ball's a little over his shoulder and back toward the fence. So Connor O'Reilly is up, swinging and a miss for strike one. Connor is 0 for 1, got on an error by the shortstop, scored a run. He's also walked twice. Pogo on second. Bartles at the belt. And the pitch. Chopper down the third baseline, foul. No balls, 2 strikes to Connor O'Reilly. And here's the pitch. High fly ball. This one's out into right field. Collision out there. Ball ends up on the ground. Boyarski's on the ground. Ball gets picked up and thrown in. Pogo comes in to score. I think it's going to go in the book as a double. Boyarski ran into Zimpel out there, and Boyarski a little slow to get up. He's up now. O'Reilly checked in at second for the double. Pogo came in to score. And brings up Chris Killian. Killian's 1 for 3. He singled to center field in the 4th inning. And a chopper down the third baseline. It's fair. And thrown out at first is Killian. So that'll end the 6th inning for the Cavaliers. And they do pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no errors and 1 left on base. We've completed 5.5, and it's the Cavaliers 7 and the Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Ready for a better way to bank? Switch to Royal Credit Union. Royal Credit Union is a financial co-op, not a corporation, so we return earnings to our members. That means you get low or no fees for account services and better rates on deposits and loans. You'll also have all the digital tools you need at your fingertips, so managing your account is easy. Royal is ready to help you discover the credit union difference. Switch to Royal Credit Union today at rcu.org/difference. Insured by NCUA.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin. Rick Olson with you, along with Dan Petschow. Dan's doing double duty today. In some respects, we could call it triple duty. He's not only running the switcher and making color commentary for us, but he made a food run for us. Dan is a man of many hats, and he wears them all well. And
specialty in hot dogs.
There we go. And Jeremy DeGrosse out on the camera for us. And actually, this is Jeremy's first game of flying solo and on the camera. And he's doing a fine job out there, bringing us all the good images. Leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Beef River Bullfrogs, we have Taylor Rathke, also due up our Ryan Gray and Drew Christensen. First pitch is outside for ball 1. Rathke's 0 for 2. Grounded into a very unusual ground out his first time up, and then to the pitcher, or excuse me, to the first baseman. Foul back out of play. Actually, he's hit both times he came up. He hit the ball right out to Pogo at first. First time Pogo knocked it down, it was picked up. And a ground ball to second this time. Scooped up, throw over to first, and they got him. Pogo digs it out. And so Garcia over to Pogo for 1 out. Yeah, and that first time up, Pogo knocked the ball down. Garcia had to change direction, go back and pick it up, throw over, and then throw over to first, and Costley was covering first and made the put out, so it went down as a 3-4-1 put out. So anyway, we have Ryan Gray coming up. He's 0 for 2, flew out to left field and fouled the ball, foul pop-up to Pogo. And the first pitch is fouled back into the screen. And while we were away for commercials between the innings, Dan asked an interesting question, and I honestly don't know. How far are they going to let Costley go in this one? Ground ball out to short. Picked up there by Faulkner, throw over to first, and they got him. Pogo again had to make quite the stretch. That's going to bring up Drew Christensen. The game last week, Lucas Costley went 5 innings. He's gone 5 2/3 now. Here's the pitch. Strike call, big curveball that time. Broke down over the plate. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch is a little bit outside for ball 2, or ball 1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's a little low for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. 2 down. Bottom of the 6th inning. Cavaliers on top, 7-0. Costley at the belt. And the pitch. Fly ball out into center field, or drifting back into shallow center field is Garcia, and he makes the catch. So, no runs. on no hits, no errors, nobody left on base, and we've completed 6 with the Cavaliers 7 and the Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
Back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin. And heading into the 7th inning, due up for the Cavaliers, Cole Diamond, Jackson Faulkner, and Ethan Kelberg. Ethan Bartles on the mound. Starting his 3rd inning of work. So far in the 2 innings that he's thrown, he's struck out 5. But he's also given up 5 hits, and 3 of those are doubles. So stepping up to the plate for the Cavaliers, Cole Timon. He's 1 for 2. Singled down to the 3rd base, scored a run. He also flew out to right and walked. And the first pitch is a called strike, about mid-thigh on that pitch. Timon knew it too. He wants that one back. And there's a long shot out into right or to left center field. It's going to roll all the way out to the fence, and Timon is going to check in at second. Well, this time when Timon put one all the way out to the fence, he didn't stumble coming out of the batter's box, and he did manage to get all the way to second. Jackson Faulkner coming up. Faulkner doubled his last time up. Pitch is inside. Yeah, Faulkner doubled to left field. Got an RBI, scored a run. Strike called. 1 ball, 1 strike. Timon at second. Nobody out. Here's the pitch to Faulkner. Check swing, called strike. Bartles at the belt. And the pitch. Foul ball called down the third baseline. Just barely. Bartles looks in for the sign. Takes a peek over at second. And the 1-2 pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Dropping back, and it's past him. Christensen That ball got beyond him, and coming in to score. No, they got him that time. Timing out at the plate. A double, though. And Timon got a mouthful of dirt. And maybe a bit of a bloody nose. It's hard telling. Faulkner's double. So he'll be out on second base. Score remains 7-0. And that's going to bring up Ethan Kjellberg. Kjellberg is 2 for 3. Singled twice. Once to right and once to center field. There's the pitch. Kjellberg fouls it back off the right side. Faulkner takes a lead, and the pitch popped up in the behind the plate, and the ball is caught back there by Prince. That'll bring up Jaden Nix. Nix is 0 for 2, struck out, grounded to short. He also hit a sacrifice fly to center field. Swing and a miss for strike one. Bartles at the belt. We have time called. Nick steps back in. Bartles at the belt. And the pitch. Line shot. Foul down the left field line. No balls, 2 strikes to Jaden Nix. Runner at second in the person of Jackson Faulkner. Bartles with the 0-2 pitch. Line shot through the hole at shortstop out into center field. Coming in to score is Faulkner, and Jaden Nix comes through with a single. Makes the score Cavaliers 8. And Bullfrogs nothing. Back to the top of the order, Mitch Vohler. Vohler is 2 for 4 today. Throw over to first. That was pretty close. That's about the lead you want to take, though. Bartles at the belt. And the pitch. Nix is on his way. Throw it on to second, and it's... I think it went off of Nix's foot and right over to the shortstop. But Nix is safe at second. Now, back in the very early days of baseball, that would have been an out. We're talking back in the 1800s here. Time I remember clearly, of course. But there was a time when you were allowed to throw the ball at a person to get him out. Swing and a miss. Needless to say, that time didn't last very long. They also didn't have a ball that was nearly as hard as it is now. One ball, one strike to Mitch Voller. And the pitch. Pop foul out of play on the right side. Bartles checks the sign, checks the runner at second, and the pitch. It's high for a ball. Counts even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. And here's the pitch. Ground ball over to second, pick up, throw over to first, and they got him. Boyarski over to Mogg for the putout. So for the Cavaliers, they do pick up another run on 3 hits. There were no errors and 1 man left on base. We've played 6.5. And the score, Cavaliers 8 and the Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. What about those barbecues you plan in detail for your family? Or your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin. What's turning out to be a nice afternoon for baseball. A little on the cool side and a little bit breezy, but compared to last week, it can't be beat. Lucas Costley back out on the mound for the Cavaliers for the 7th inning. He's so far in 6 innings had 6 strikeouts in 6 innings. He's only walked 1. He also hit 1 batter. And catcher Tim Prince steps up. Prince is 1 for 2. Singled and grounded into a fielder's choice. Pitch is a little bit low. And here's the pitch. That's a strike at the knees. And the 1-1 pitch. It's inside for a ball. 2 balls and a strike. Costley's pitch inside. Count goes to 3-1. And the 3-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 4. That's only the 2nd walk given up by Costley. That brings up Ethan Mogg, who's 0 for 1. He struck out looking and walked. So he does have the other walk that Costley has given up. First pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. Costley looking in, and the pitch. Foul back. No balls, 2 strikes. You know, one of the things I like about this particular umpire, he's very distinctive with his strike calls. There's no guess. He just lets you know right away what it is. He also shows the count frequently. No balls, 2 strikes to Ethan Mogg. And the pitch. In the dirt, and thinking about going but not going was Tim Prince over at first, because Timon was on it right away. One ball, 2 strikes. And we have time called. Mogg steps back in. Costley back on the rubber, at the belt, and the pitch. Low and away, ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Tim Prince on first. Cavs on top, 8-0. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Costley's pitch. Fly ball to short. And right there is Jackson Faulkner to make the catch. That'll bring up Ethan Bartles. Bartles is 1 for 2 today. He's got a single. He also grounded out to second. Costley's first pitch is fouled back. No balls and a strike with 1 out. Costley looks in for the sign, checks the runner at first. And the 0-1 pitch. A little bit high, ball 1. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Costley with the 1-1 pitch. It's high. Ball 2. Lucas Costley, today's Cavalier profile. If you were watching the In the Dugout show. Here's the pitch, fouled off the right side. Costley looking in. Peek over at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the pitch. Just missed. I think he said it was high. I think that's what he was ruling on that. But it was really close. Bartle steps back in. Here's Costley's pitch. Fouled out of play off the right side. There's the pitch, fouled again off the right side. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Ethan Bartles. one of our NLWN-TV family. There's the pitch. Fly ball out into center field, scooting over left fielder. O'Reilly makes the catch for the out. That's 2 down. It's going to bring up Brady Zimpel. Brady Zimpel is 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking. Looks like one, yeah. They were going to put in a courtesy runner. Boyarski goes out as the courtesy runner for Tim Prince. You can do courtesy runners for the catcher. I believe you can for the pitcher as well. And the pitch is just outside. Snap throw back. Ooh, very close play at first. Boyarski gets back. I find this interesting that they put Boyarski out there as the courtesy runner. I was always under the impression the courtesy runner had to be the last person to make an out. Pitch is a little bit low. Kyle Mogg on deck for the Bullfrogs. Actually, Boyarski's in the hole. Swing and a miss. 2 balls and a strike to Brady Zimpel. And the pitch is swung on a miss, strike 2. And the pitch swung on a miss, strike 3. So the Bullfrogs go down in the bottom of the 7th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left on base. We've completed 7 with the Cavaliers 8 and the Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Sunday, May 15th, when the Cavaliers host the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks at Cinder City Park in Altoona. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's live Cavalier Baseball on Sunday, May 15th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here in Strum, Wisconsin, home of the Beef River Bullfrogs. New pitcher out there for the Bullfrogs is now Drew Christensen. That means Ethan Bartles threw 3 innings. And he gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 runs. And I think they're all earned. I'm looking here. Yeah, they're all earned runs. And eight hits in those 3 innings pitched. He managed to strike out 5. And I'm looking to see he did not give up any walks. Josh Garcia comes to the plate for the Cavaliers. And Garcia and let's see, I'm looking. And the second pitch is a ball. 2 balls, no strikes to Garcia. I'm looking to see where Boyarski went, if he went out to left field. Can you see out to left field there, Dan? And let's see. Time called. Garcia comes back to the plate after going down to meet with manager Pete Bartengale. And the pitch. That's a strike called. 3 balls, 1 strike to Josh Garcia. And Garcia draws a walk. Garcia, by the way, is 1 for 4 today. He did single to center field, grounded out, and struck out twice. That brings up Pogo, who's 1 for 4. He doubled the right field his last time up. Here's the pitch. Caught the outside corner. And Pogo kind of shook his head like, yeah, I suppose it probably did. Here's the pitch, and that one's high. Drew Christensen on the mound for the Bullfrogs. 3rd pitcher today for the Bullfrogs. Here's the pitch. It's outside. 2 balls and a strike. And the throw over to first. Back in safely is Josh Garcia. Garcia takes a pretty good lead over there at first. Christensen throws over to first. Garcia back. Runners have to be a little more cautious with a left-handed thrower on the mound. Garcia takes his lead. Christensen at the belt. And the pitch. That's high for a ball. 3 balls and a strike. Anthony Pogodzinski. And the pitch is outside for ball 4. So Pogo draws a walk. That's 2 straight walks given up by Christensen, and it brings up Connor O'Reilly. O'Reilly is 1 for 2. He doubled his last time up. He also got on an error, and he's walked twice. Garcia takes his lead out at second. And the ball's chopped foul at the plate. Pogo at first. Connor O'Reilly at the plate. Drew Christensen on the mound. And the pitch, foul back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. That's a fly ball out into left field. And it's caught out there. And I believe that's Boyarski out there making the catch. So that's going to bring up Chris Killian. Christensen looks over at second. And the pitch. Ground ball. And it got through into left field. Coming in to score is Josh Garcia. So that puts Pogo at second, Killian at first, Cavaliers on top, 9-0. Timon hits a fly ball. Batter's out on the infield fly rule. And that makes it 2 out. Runners at first and second. And brings up Jackson Faulkner. Faulkner is 2 for 4 today. He's doubled twice. First pitch is over the inside corner. And the pitch is fouled back out of play. 2 down. The potential game-ending run is on second in the person of Pogo. Pitch is high. Because if Pogo can come in, it'll give the Cavs a 10-run lead. They have to hold it through the bottom half of the inning, but then the game would be done. Christensen fires it in as high. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs to Jackson Faulkner. On deck is Ethan Kjellberg. And a high pop-up, foul out of play. Count remains 2-2. And the pitch. Inside. Well, we have traveling time here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners will be off with the pitch. Here's the pitch. Runners go, and it's fouled. I think that one kind of headed over towards Cavalier manager Pete Bartingale. We couldn't see it from here. Pitch is high, ball 4. Bases loaded now with Ethan Kjellberg. lot of Ethans in today's game. There's 3 of them. 1 for the Cavs, 2 for the Bullfrogs. Here's the pitch. Fouled out of play on the right side. No balls and a strike. Kjellberg 2 for 4. Singled twice. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss at a high fastball. It looks awfully tempting up there. And the pitch. Kjellberg hits one out to center field. Now coming in to make the play and making the catch is Christensen. No, that's Boyarski out there in center field. So, we've completed 7.5. And the score, Cavaliers 9, Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Sunday, May 15th, when the Cavaliers host the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks at Cinder City Park in Altoona. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's live Cavalier baseball on Sunday, May 15th on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field, heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. Lucas Costley back on the mound for the Cavs. Kyle Mogg, Wes Boyarski, Taylor Rathke coming up. And stepping up to the plate is Kyle Mogg. And he is 0 for 2. Grounded into a fielder's choice, flew out to left, and he was also hit by the pitch. Ground ball over to third, and a little bit late. Be curious to see what they put up on the scoreboard, whether that's a hit or an error, because it kind of got underneath the glove of Killian, in which case they would have had a fairly routine play. And they're not putting it up there. And the pitch is fouled out of play. This is Boyarski, the center fielder. I think that one by Mogg would have been ruled an error on the third baseman, even though it was scooped up by Faulkner at short. And the pitch is inside for a ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner on first. Boyarski at the plate. And it's a ground ball over to short, throw to second for the out. That's all they're going to get. So Boyarski grounds into a fielder's choice. That's going to bring up Taylor Rathke. Rathke is 0 for 3. Grounded out all 3 times up. And a high pop-up. And it's out of play. Giving chase was Cole Timon. And just ran out of room. And it's a ground ball to first, stepped on by Pogo. Second, and brings up Ryan Gray. Gray is 0 for 3. Like I had said before, we are right on the edge of being able to get you a good clear signal. Here's the pitch. It's low. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. Boyarski at second. Costley at the belt. Takes step back. And a line shot to short. Picked up there by Faulkner. Throw over to Pogo at first for the 3rd out. So, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and 1 left on base. We've played 8. It's the Cavaliers 9 and the Bullfrogs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Okay, we head into the 9th inning. Cavaliers on top, 9-0. And we have a new pitcher out there for the Bullfrogs, Taylor Rathke. So, Christensen gets credit for an inning pitched. And he gave up 1 run. And I believe, yes, it was earned. And he gave up 1 hit. Struck out nobody and walked 3. Due up for the Cavaliers in the top of the 9th inning is Jaden Nix, followed by Mitch Voller and Josh Garcia. Nick's readjusting his uniform a little bit. And now for the batting gloves. And Nick steps in. He's 1 for 3. He also has a sacrifice fly. His last time up, he signaled to left. And the second pitch is a ball. So Taylor Rathke on the mound. And the pitch is low for ball 4. 4-pitch walk goes to Jaden Nix. Trying to catch the number out there at shortstop. It's Kyle Mogg out at shortstop. Boyarski has moved over to third. And the ball's in the dirt. Nix ends up at second. And the pitch is high and away. And a line shot over to Bartles, who immediately turns and throws it to second, and Nix was doubled off. So, Voller lines into the double play, and that brings up Josh Garcia with 2 down, nobody on. First pitch is a called strike. And the pitch is in the dirt, back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Foul ball off the catcher's chest protector, off of Prince there. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Cavaliers on top, 9-0. And the pitch. And a called third strike. So Josh Garcia goes down looking. And that's the 9th inning for the Cavaliers. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we've completed 8.5. It's Cavaliers 9. And the Bullfrogs, nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
And we're back here with a new rump on the bump for the Cavaliers. It's Austin Getch. So Lucas Costley gets 8 innings pitch. And he gave up no runs. And let's see. He only gave up 2 hits. And 7 hits. And 1. And he only walked 2. So those numbers again for Lucas Costley, a really nice outing for him. 8 innings, gave up no runs, 2 hits, 7 strikeouts, and 2 walks. Austin Getch on the mound to wrap things up here for the Cavaliers. Leading off for the Bullfrogs is Christensen, who is 0 for 3. Check that, 1 for 3. He did single. Here's the second pitch. High fly ball to center field. Underneath it is Voller, and he makes the catch. 1 down. Due up is Tim Prince. Prince is 1 for 2. He singled. Grounded into a fielder's choice. He's also walked. Here's the first pitch. It's a called strike. No balls in the strike. 1 out. And the pitch is high. Turns into a mostly sunny afternoon down here in Strum. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 2. And the pitch is fouled back out of play. Count remains at 1-2. This is not a save situation for Getch, as the Cavaliers are on top 9-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Prince goes down swinging, and 2 down. So Ethan Mogg comes up for the Bullfrogs. They're down to their final out. Here's the wind and the pitch. Check swing high for a ball. Getch into the wind. And the pitch. Strike called at the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. Cavalier pitching been much more effective today than they were last week. Here's the wind and the 1-1 pitch. Called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Final strike for the Bullfrogs. Austin Getch into the windup. And the 1-2 pitch. In the dirt. Ball 2. And the pitch. Check swing, foul back into the screen. Two balls, two strikes, two outs. Bottom of the ninth. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. Austin Getch comes in and shuts things down. For the Bullfrogs, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. Final score, Cavaliers 9, Beef River Bullfrogs nothing. Cavaliers do a nice bounce back after last week's disappointment. And we'll be back with some talking baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field in Strum, Wisconsin. We'll have some words from Pete Bartingale in just a couple minutes. But Cavaliers come away victorious, evening up their season record at 1 win and 1 loss. And I tell you what, Dan, this is a big improvement over last week.
Yeah, that was a good outing for Costley today.
Yeah, Lucas Costley looked really tough on the mound. He went 8 innings, gave up no runs, only 2 hits, struck out 7, only walked 2. He did hit 1 batter, so that's and that means that there were a total of 5 runners that he allowed on base. And I think there may have been an error in there somewhere, too. Yeah, there was 1 error. So 6 runners that were allowed on base. But even at that, boy, oh boy, I tell you, shutting them out and on the road, I guess when the sun shines, it's a pretty good day.
Yeah, you know, when the defense came through for the Cavs today and Austin gets to finish it off.
Okay, and yeah, I want to point out that, in fact, I'll tell you what, let's take a brief timeout here, Dan, and then we will get Coach Bartingale over here, and we'll talk about the game with him. So you're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Oh boy.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
And we're back here at Spangberg Field waiting for manager Pete Bartengale. He's on his way over here, but I think he talks to everybody at the ballpark on the route over. In fact, he got within 20 feet of the trailer, and here he is talking again with more people. As Ann would say, he's running for mayor. and at this rate, he's going to win by a landslide. So if we can talk Pete into getting over here and putting on these headphones, we'll be just about ready. And well, that's okay. You're over here running for mayor, and you're going to get elected at this rate.
Yeah.
Hey, this is a big improvement over last week.
Yeah, I thought we played a lot better than we did a week ago. I think we came out a little nervous against Falls, and what I told the guys before the game is that we're not, no excuses, just come out and play, and I think we did that today. And I think we would have played this way last week, we would have been fine.
Yeah, your fielding was so much better this week. Part of that's the field conditions.
Yep.
It was much better today. I was a little worried when we first got here and started setting up, but yeah, the rain went away and things are nice here, and your bats came alive today.
Yeah, the bats came alive a little bit.
Everybody hit. Everybody got a base hit, and you had 5 players with multiple hit games.
Yep.
You hit a lot of doubles.
We made a little changes in the lineup, but led off with Voller. We got to get him going a little bit because I think he's the second leading hitter for the Cavs last year. So we'll get him going, and then.
But he went 2 for 6 today.
2 for 6.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Pogo, getting him back, he's just a dangerous hitter at 3. I think everybody knows that.
Yeah, and even the time he struck out swinging, the pitch before the third strike lands at the base of the fence less than a foot foul.
Yeah.
I mean, so that showed what there's in store from him.
Yeah, I mean, he's just a dangerous hitter. We need to get him going, and then we get Vinny in the lineup, and then both Kapankis in the lineup. There's more guys coming. We got about 10 more guys coming, so there'll be some good competition on this team, which is what you want. But I'll go home today feeling pretty good with what we did today.
I think the players have got to feel pretty good about the outcome of this. How about that pitching performance by Lucas Costley? 8 innings, no runs, obviously none earned. Only gave up 2 hits, struck out 7, and only walked 2. He did hit one in the head, too. But
He's been really efficient. He's been a pleasant surprise, and he'll be with us all year. And I think he's only 19 years old. So,
and he walks by with a big grin on his face.
Yep. He's a great kid. He's a competitor. He actually wanted to go out for the 9th inning, but we kind of shut him down there at that high 90 range because that's what he pitched last week. But he's going to be great to have on our roster the rest of the year.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he threw in the high 90 range this week and got through 8 innings, last week he only got through 5 with that many pitches. That shows you what a pitching performance he put on today. He really did a nice job. And Austin Getch came in and did a nice job of shutting things down and just not letting anything happen, not letting Beef River have any opportunities to feel good about anything. You kind of delivered a message that last week may have been a fluke.
Yeah, well, you got to give Falls credit. I mean, I think they beat us, but and again, we can't use any excuses in our back pocket. But tomorrow, next week's a new game. We have Chippewa, right? So they're tough.
And let's remind people that game is in Altoona. It's a home game for the Cavaliers. It'll be at Cinder City Park in Altoona because UW-Eau Claire is at Carson Park that day. And so it was unavailable for the Cavaliers. So we're going to go over to Altoona and play Chippewa.
I'm looking forward to that. Like I said, they have a great team, and we're looking forward to the challenge next week.
Well, thank you, Pete, for joining us. 9-0 today. He evens the record at 1-1 this season. And tell you what, we'll have more Talkin' Baseball right after this timeout. You're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.
Tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And one of the things I meant to announce to you at the beginning of the game, today's Geno's Player of the Game was Jackson Faulkner. And the deal with Geno's Player of the Game, if you mention the Geno's Player of the Game, you get a free soft drink when you stop out at Geno's Pizza tomorrow. You'll get a free soft drink. And even better, if the person gets an extra base hit, you get a free appetizer. That's a limit 1 per party. And since Jackson Faulkner is our player of the game and he hit 2 doubles, yes, he did qualify you for the free appetizer. So all you have to do is go out to Geno's Pizza and mention the free appetizer. And again, that's limit 1 per party. Our next Cavaliers game, well, they'll be back in action on May 15th. As they host the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks in a single 9-inning game. And as we were just saying, that's from Cinder City Park in Altoona. Live coverage of this game on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV will begin at 12:05 p.m. with the In the Dugout show, followed by all the play-by-play action. The Cavaliers' first game of the season at Carson Park will be on Wednesday, May 18th. When they take on the Plum City Blues in a single 9-inning game. Live coverage of this game on both Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV will be at 6:35 p.m. with the In the Dugout show, and all the play-by-play action comes right after that. The Eau Claire Cavaliers want to remind veterans of the United States military that they can get a lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veterans identification. And the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your free lifetime pass. Just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Cavalier baseball game is brought to you by Gino's Pizza, right next to Action City, and voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row. And don't forget, today's Gino's player of the game is Jackson Faulkner, and he did hit, well, he actually hit two of them, 2 doubles, so he does qualify you for the free appetizer. That's tomorrow. And it's limit 1 per party, but somebody in your group can get a free appetizer just by mentioning Jackson Faulkner. Also brought to you by Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for the Chippewa Valley. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Muldoon's Menswear on Hastings Way, where the well-dressed men of Eau Claire shop. And Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So this is Rick Olson for Dan Petchow and Jeremy DeGrosse, wishing all moms out there a very happy Mother's Day. And that final score once again, Cavaliers 9 and the Beef River Bullfrogs 0. You've been tuned to Talking Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.